So far in this program, we have always tried to focus on the positive things, putting good intentions, thinking good of others, appreciating, being grateful, kind, and even loving to your own self. But today we are going to do a little deep process. We all know that human beings are not perfect, and there are so many mistakes we make, and so many things we regret. And actually, we have been speaking of avoiding regrets. But whatever life has already happened, if you look back, there are occasions when you've had thoughts of anger, hatred, jealousy, even revenge, wanting to hurt somebody or some group of people or one person or anything. And you might actually think that that person or that situation deserves it. You justify, you become defensive. Similarly, there may be emotions that you have felt towards somebody which were not very good, or you have done things, you have acted in ways which have hurt or harmed somebody. So through our thoughts, words and actions, I'm quite sure each of us has done things which we are not proud of, and it is quite natural. So this part of us, which is what we call as a negative self, is also called a shadow self in psychology. Of course, shadow self actually means something which is unconscious. Now, some of us may indulge in a lot of self-criticism, where we keep blaming ourselves for the mistakes we made or the things we said to somebody or some actions that we have taken, and those we cannot take back, we cannot reverse those thoughts or those actions. Past is past, and we may still be kind of very involved or unable to let go of this past. So today's exercise is to completely let go of the past. I really do not want you to come out of this feeling more guilty. But the point today we are going to do, the activity we are going to do, is to look at all those thoughts, words and actions that were coming from hatred or anger or jealousy or fear or revenge or anything that we are not very proud of, and to completely and fully accept them and let go of them. In some sense, this is to completely forgive yourself for the entire past that is behind you, all the things that have already happened. When I say accept, it means that whatever we did, whatever we thought, whatever we said is true. We don't get defensive, we don't have to justify why we did or said those things. We just accept that this happened through us. Secondly, we also realize when we are doing this that at that point of time, that was the best we could do. Now, this sounds a little bit cliched, but this is my own experience. That when I argued with somebody or when I spoke to somebody hurtfully, I was thinking that was the best way to deal with it. That would probably give me some relief. Maybe somebody was saying something to me, and I had to lash out to them because I felt good at that time after lashing out. That was the best way. Even if I find the very next moment that there was another way of dealing with that person or with that situation, I must understand that just the moment before that, this wisdom or this thought was not available to me. Somebody said something to me, I retorted. I said something hurtful back to that person, or I hit that person. At that instant, that was really the best I could do, because that I thought would bring immediate relief to me, or I would feel good. Maybe I didn't feel good. Maybe after that I repented. Maybe I realized I acted in haste, or whatever it is. Or maybe I actually felt that that was the right thing to do. Whatever it is, those thoughts have come after that moment has passed. Therefore, in that particular moment, that was what I was able to do with the knowledge, with the wisdom, with the thought, or with the information that was available to me. So, in this manner, we completely accept all the shadow parts, all the unpleasant parts, all the ugly, bad parts of us today. And we do this looking into the mirror. So sit in front of the mirror, look into your eyes, take a deep breath, bring up anything that comes to your mind which was not very pleasant from your side, and just accept it. Do not defend, do not justify. Do not try to say, yes, that person did this, therefore I did this, therefore I was nothing. Just plain accept it, with the understanding that that was what you were doing to the best of your ability. If your work with self-appreciation has been going well, this process and this activity you will be able to do quite maturely. But if you think that bringing up such instances to mind, bringing such memories, and taking note of your shadow self is distressing to you, just be with that feeling. Just be with that feeling. It's okay to feel distressed. It's okay to feel bad, to feel guilty. But this exercise is not for you to stay guilty. It is for you to accept that there were some things that you have done which you are not really proud of. And after this activity, this is an extremely liberating activity. You will notice some difference, and I would like to know what it is. I do not want to tell you how you are going to feel. But once you do this, I would really like to hear your feelings towards yourself and towards others. So accepting yourself means accepting the good parts as well as the bad parts. Sometimes we say hurtful things or we become angry as a natural reaction to control the other person, so that this other person doesn't hurt us anymore. We believe that. Of course, that's not what happens when we are angry. Things just get escalated. But we must understand that the intention of these behaviors is to either feel good or to feel protected. So I suggest that you do this activity repeatedly. If you are not able to do all the events in one sitting, or if you feel overwhelmed, Just feel free to do this as many times as you want with new memories or new events, or sometimes the same event you might be able to release at different levels of thought. And as I said, this is not to feel guilty, it is to understand that you are also human. And that is the biggest takeaway from today's activity. If you feel angry, upset, sad, you want to cry, whatever happens, just be with those feelings. There is nothing wrong in any of these feelings. There is absolutely nothing wrong with whatever has happened in your past, how you have acted or thought. This is simply a recognition of the humanness and the inevitable path of being human. As we all know, to err is human. To forgive is also human. Forgiving means that you accept that something has happened and you let it go out of your system. Not by brushing it under the carpet, not by disowning it, not by being guilty, but just accepting that it has happened. And perhaps after this activity you may not repeat those things.